An intoxicating alpine environment, one of the most beautiful mountain valleys in the world, a dream setting for freeriders. That's why every winter the world's best come to Engadinsnow in Switzerland.
When you think of Switzerland, you think of mountains and chocolate and pretty ladies, I suppose. But St. Moritz is such a special place with the terrain that they have here.
The north face of the Korvac attracts freeriders as if by magic. They come from all around the globe to pit their strengths against a mountain. Neil Willeman has traveled from New Zealand.
The Korvac face is one of the most amazing faces that is lift access for competitions.
The athletes soak up the relaxed atmosphere at Engadinsnow and appreciate the efforts of organizer Christian Müller because he's always full of new ideas. This year he's looking to present the freeriding scene with the world first. The innovation this year at Engadinsnow is parallel freeriding. Two riders start at the same time. It's a knockout system, 1 against 1, where the best rider progresses to the next round and eventually to the final. Everybody is hoping to make the final, just like this freerider from Austria. Matthias Haunholder is 33 years old and eager to get going.
Es ist spannend für die Fahrer.
It's exciting for the riders because it's something that you actually do as a freerider. You ride alongside your buddies and somewhere along the line, there you end up battling it out. It is exactly that reason that Niklas Holsten has come to this world premiere from Finland.
And also it's super good for show. So actually, if you want to have more people to watch the competition, this is a better way. And then you actually see pretty fast who is better rider than the other, who is falling off, who is continuing. So that's a really cool idea.
The organizers are also battling against tough conditions, heavy snow, high winds, and freak weather. But the riders don't let that dampen their spirits. With visibility poor higher up in the mountains, Patrick Ambul from Switzerland gets some practice in among the trees. There's bad news for the riders. The Korvac North Face can't be ridden this year. Yeah, obviously it's disappointing. It's really cool when you can ride the North Face, but that's Mother Nature for you. You can't do anything about it if the conditions aren't right. That's how it is. The North Face of the Korvac has very changeable conditions. So we've decided to use a different face in the region. This is the La Forcla face. It's a very special slope because it has a rounded top, but it's steep towards the bottom, which actually makes it difficult for us riders.
Für uns Fahrer ist es eigentlich schwierig. Du stehst unten, schaust nach oben.
From the bottom, you look up and you pick out a route. But when you're at the top, you're on such a round hill that you can't see anything. The weather doesn't exactly help either. The foggy light makes it difficult for all of us.
Schwierig zum Fahren, denke ich, für alle.
The start of the first parallel freeride ski. Willeman, Swikowski, Haunholder, Ambul, Webhofer, Ragletti, Bimbeur, and Salenson. Neil Willeman from New Zealand and Lukas Swikowski from Argentina are the first two competitors. A quick high five at the start and then they're off. The athletes try to agree upon routes to avoid collisions. The Argentine goes right, while the Kiwi tries to take on the cliff on the left-hand side at speed. Swikowski hesitates, sliding down sideways at first before a small jump. It's clear to see that the circumstances surrounding the snow and the poor visibility are forcing the riders to be cautious. It's not about who crosses the finish line first. In free riding, it's the fluidity, route choice, and jumps that are judged. Willeman has a clear advantage in the first third. He's riding more fluidly and making more jumps, while Sikorsky in the yellow pants finds his line. He's jumping and riding more fluid than at the start of his run. Will it be enough to overtake Willeman? A nice jump from Sikorsky, but he has problems after the landing. Willeman in the red looked more commanding in the run and crosses the finish first.
Pretty bad, really. The visibility and snow is really difficult. I got lost and didn't do the airs that I wanted to do, so I wasn't very happy with it because of the conditions mainly. I thought I would have lost. I didn't ski very good and I put a hand down, which is pretty much crashing, you know, but I think that maybe I'm going back to the top.
Willeman goes through to the next round. Back up at the start, Patrick Ambul and Stefan Hanholder are getting ready to go.
Ja, wir sind eigentlich ziemlich
Yeah,
gehypt.
we're pretty pumped up. We're all pretty thrilled that we can
mal
battle
hintereinander
against
oder
each other.
nebeneinander uns battlen können.
Ich denke,
I think everyone's after their own line. You agree where you're going to go at the start. One goes off to the left, one goes to the right, and you just try not to meet in the middle. Matthias Hanholder takes the right side of the mountain with Patrick Ambul going left. It quickly becomes clear these are two extraordinary talented skiers. Fluid route selection, no hesitation, and every cliff is being used. At the end, it's Ambul, who's done more and withstood everything right up until the last moment, where he has an unlucky fall. He doesn't let it bother him too much, though.
Just for fun.
I'm just here to have fun skiing.
Mir das Freude am Skifahren.
I made it through. Patrick took a different line and got to the finish a little after me. It wasn't a walk in the park, and everyone needs a bit of
Auch nicht
luck.
Glück. Und ein bisschen Glück braucht jeder dazu.
Austrian Raphael Webhofer and Gian Ragletli from Switzerland are next to take on the slope. It looks like they want to follow the same line. They go over the first cliff together, but Ragletli crashes and loses both his skis. Webhofer is now alone on the course. He makes two little jumps, but it's also clear to see how difficult and energy-sapping it is to ride in this snow. Yet the 18-year-old Austrian hardly seems to let the conditions affect him with the fluid, direct line. He doesn't take any risks, avoiding the bigger cliffs, but he still finds some rocks to jump from. And this jump here is one of the biggest today. A brittle top layer of snow with loose powder underneath, lots of drifting snow, and poor visibility. High jumps are simply too dangerous for freeriders in these conditions.
Ich habe ein bisschen davon
I
profitiert.
profited a bit from my riding partner unfortunately crashing.
Riding Partner leider gestürzt ist.
With a bit of delay and exhausted, Gian Ragletli finally crosses the finish line. Michael Bembeu from France and Nicolas Salençon from Argentina are the last riders in the first round of the parallel freeride skiing. The Argentine Salençon follows close behind Frenchman Bimbu. Bimbu jumps. Salençon jumps. Nicolas Salençon now takes the lead. The 30-year-old Argentine is currently ranked 14th in the Freeride World Tour. Both riders avoid any risks, but the Argentine impresses towards the end with a double jump. The Frenchman only takes on one of the cliffs and is out of the competition. Nicolas Salençon is through to the semifinals. The parallel freeride is also a world first for the judges. Two riders have never been before judged at the same time in a freeriding competition.
Yeah, it is a little stressful. It's a little bit different for the judging panel. Normally we're used to seeing one person go down. We just mixed it up a little bit today. One of us had binoculars and one of us didn't. So to get an overall feeling without the binocular, and then one to be able to see if they had any control issues or not. And then we had 2 and 2, so we just compared at the end. And yeah, well, it's the first time there's been a dual freeride event, and I think it could be good in the future.
In snowboarding, Flo Orly, Niklas Holsten, Jamie Risotto, and Julian Zambetti are getting ready to start.
I've been coming to Engadin to compete on the core badge for over 10 years, and each time I've been on the podium. It's my favorite mountain and the one I ride best on. A clear statement of intent from Flo Orly, but if he wants to get on the podium, first he will have to beat Niklas Holsten. Flo jumps into couloir first. Holsten follows and crashes. Not a good start for the Finn. The snowboarders are also struggling to get grips with the poor conditions. They feel their way down the mountain. Flo Orly finds jumps and tries to make his way down the face with a quick and direct style. He finishes his run off with a 10-meter cliff jump. Impressive considering the conditions. While Orly has already finished, Holsten got lost among the rocks and is a little stuck in these snow drifts. The visibility is poor, so it's really difficult. The snow is compact, but it's okay. I didn't crash anyway. Flo is giving interviews while Holsten is still grappling with the mountains.
And I hang on the cliff, you know. My run was, I had to say, almost terrible. I dropped in the same hole as Flo, and then I tumbled after that. Then I had quite okay in the middle, and then I got stuck with the nose in a wind lip. And after the wind lip cracked and pushed me to the cliff, so that's life.
The second pair of snowboarders is at the start. Jamie Risotto from Canada against Julian Zambetti from Switzerland. These two are staying well away from each other. Risotto goes left and Zambetti takes the right-hand side, jumping over the first lip and overcoming the initial steep plunge elegantly. The Canadian Risotto in red goes further left, hesitates, waits, traverses, and then jumps into the couloir a little unsure.
We come around and we bring in the sound. In the place of a vet, architect, it's apparent. Falling right and left, a push, you start to lose balance. We rock to the rhythm, roll like a train. Good vibes delivered, car we throw it your way. The type to listen, I hear what you say. All night go.
They meet again in the middle. Both are riding cautiously and are avoiding the rocks, making very few jumps so far.
Now it's clear how we play. Now it's clear how
This double jump from Risotto didn't quite come off. Zambetti manages to land his jumps more cleanly in the last section.
I'll feed a fat beat.
Canadian Jamie Risotto is the faster of the two over the finish line, but it doesn't mean nothing. Something he knows all too well.
You're moving in closer. We get this going, rolling like a roller coaster. The ride never stops. If you're into this,
Oh no, I bounced off my butt pretty hard there. That was the right decision. He had a cleaner run, and the cleaner run should win.
And now to the skiing semifinals. Neil Willeman and Matthias Hounholder face off. Hounholder in yellow takes the left route. This time Willeman goes right. Hounholder has more control of his skis and is riding more fluidly, but you can see the strain in both skiers. They are making their way down the face for the second time. That requires a lot of energy.
I didn't do what I wanted, and Matthias skied better. Big props to him. I look forward to seeing him in the final.
8, 10 seconds.
Raphael Webhofer on the left in black pants against Nicolas Salenson on the right with purple pants is the second duel of these semifinals. Initially, Webhofer takes the lead as Salenson follows, but then it looks like the Austrian is waiting for the Argentine. Raphael Webhofer is sticking to Nicolas Salenson's heels. Salenson jumps and Webhofer does the same, but then the Austrian follows it up with an extra jump. He's using Salenson as a guide, but is trying to outdo his opponent by jumping higher and further.
Exactly the same thing, so we are the same.
Yeah, I think he showed me the way, and maybe I did saw on his riding how the conditions are, so it's always easier to ride after someone. Thanks man for showing me the way. You made the job for me, and I had no idea where to go down there.
The snowboarding final sees Flo Orly take on Julian Zambetti. Flo Orly goes right, and Julian Zambetti tries out the left side of the face. While Flo flies down the escarpment without issue, Zambetti encounters a few problems, getting stuck in the snow for a short while. Flo Orly is smooth and direct today, but careful at the same time. He takes on two small cliffs at the end of his run, and then he's home, while Julian Zambetti finds himself between the rocks. The worst part is the visibility. It makes jumps and going fast really difficult. It's extremely demanding. It's a unanimous decision from the judges. Flo Orly is the winner. Raphael Webhofer and Matthias Haunholder will contest the skiing final. With a bit of momentum behind them, they almost collide not long after the start, but they carry on. Almost like they had previously agreed to put on a big show for the cameras. They almost collide again. What an exciting final. Now they go their separate ways. Haunholder takes a direct route home, and Webhofer traverses left. Webhofer is finding more spectacular jumps on his side. Haunholder is trying to impress with a clean, direct line. Both are very fast and meet again at the finish line. Who is the winner? It's gonna be close. One thing's for sure, the winner will be Austrian. We crossed the path 3 times, and the winner is Raphael Webhofer, Austria.
Yeah! Super!
It was a great battle. I had a lot of fun. It was especially fun for the Austrians as they dominated the podium at the world premiere of parallel freeriding in Engadin. Engadin is my favorite mountain. The River Inn starts there and runs right by my house. There must be a connection between Engadin and myself because every time it goes so well that I end up on the podium. The second place in snowboarding is Julian Zambetti from Switzerland. It wasn't bad. You had to get used to the weather conditions. The atmosphere was brilliant. The riders had to communicate to avoid collisions. It was cool. Flo Orly wins the snowboarding. Zambetti is in second, with Risotto and Holsten sharing third place. In the skiing, it's Austrians Webhofer and Haunholder that get the prize money. Nobody managed any big jumps off the high cliffs anyway. I think it was more about how quickly and how fluid you were, and apparently I managed to do that pretty well. It was very special. The conditions were extremely difficult, so it was effectively a blind run from top to bottom. You've got to be a good skier, and that much was obvious. Webhofer wins the freeride skiing ahead of Hanholder. Willemann and Salenson shared third place. I think we've hit a small milestone in freeriding, and I hope that people will start to take more notice around the globe.
Wahrgenommen wird auf der ganzen Welt.